What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Deliver Me to 1,000. Today is going to be the Uber date of Tuesday, October 12th. I'm recording it pretty much the second I got off of Uber. It is now like around 1 a.m. the next day, and today was a very eventful day. Overall, in the beginning, I didn't start off too bad. Usually Tuesdays are a little slower. This actually kind of got a lot. It started off slow, but then I got some bigger orders. The orders themselves, like $10, $13 orders for like 20 minutes, so 30 minutes, so pretty good stuff. Orders themselves weren't anything crazy. Some longer drives, nothing too crazy though. I've done a lot longer drives than that. The only one kind of weird one is pulling up this very pitch black house, but the gentleman, very nice, came out and meet me. So nothing super crazy with that. And overall, it was actually pretty good until, I wouldn't even say bad at this point, but it was actually pretty calm until the last 4 orders. So the last 4 orders I picked up, primarily downtown St. Pete was the last ones. And I noticed all day today, everything was kind of off. Like, it was like, road signs were kind of moved over. I was making turns a little wider. I was kind of clunky with the way I was moving and doing stuff, just kind of out of rhythm, which oddly enough today, doing my normal stuff, I was super in rhythm. I was getting shit done, and am very proud of all the stuff and the growth I made today. However, Ubering was a little clunky going through the second half of it, maybe just, having a bit of off day, and I noticed everybody else was a little off around the road. Like, I noticed people braking harder, and everybody skirting to the red lights, and more people just kind of walking through the streets and stuff. It was kind of an odd day. And overall, I'm pretty happy how I handled the day, and I think the day was absolutely amazing, but there are definitely some things I can improve. One of those things that I definitely could improve was, as I was making a left turn, I believe it was a walk, I'm not entirely sure, but as I was going through, someone was crossing over the walkway, and I got a little too close. I didn't almost hit him or anything like that, but I got a little closer than I should have been. Completely 100% my fault on that. And I apologize. They kind of stopped there on the phone, screaming, yelling. I apologize. Hey, sorry. Again, almost not so close that I almost hit them or anything, but closer than I should have been, which is completely understandable. And, I should have been able to anticipate and completely avoid the issue and stop, a lot sooner than I had. Again, didn't almost hit them or anything, but I should have stopped sooner and completely avoid the issue. That's on my bad. Should have anticipated and been better for that. But now that I apologize, and they were, kind of standing in the middle of the road, then screaming and yelling instead of continuing to walk and scream and yell. I was, going and proceeding on. Again, they were out of the way, but they, I'm not going to, I apologize. We had our moment. I said sorry. I'm going to continue on. You're not going to stop me from doing my job. I will run you over at that point. So that's the one thing I will not apologize for, is like, I'm not going to stop now and say, okay, the issue is over, let's continue the issue and now hinder both me and you. I will run you over at that point. But as I was driving away, they were trying to continue on. They didn't like that I didn't completely stop for them to cross the crosswalk. They flipped out and kicked the side of my car, like an angry child. So she was, very belligerent and angry, and I was just like, all right, cool, yeah, whatever it is. I'm going to move on with my life. Again, the initial sequence should not have happened. I should have been more withal. Again, my fault for that. But then the little overreaction, I was like, oh, okay, well, that kind of happened, and I was continuing on with my day. Realizing, hey, today is a little bit off. I should be prepared. And again, that incident shouldn't have happened. I should have completely circumvented it. That's kind of one of those things you learn as a leader. It's like everything in the world that happens wrong during your life or everything is your fault. And there's a way you could correct it. That most definitely is again, it could have been a no walk sign. I didn't check the no walk sign. I didn't care that much after this, the incident had occurred, to be honest with you, but I should have then anticipated and avoided that situation completely. So that was, I'm giving myself fault on that one, and should have avoided it. But I had actually a very large amount of food with me, and as I was going to do these 2 orders, one of them which didn't have a bag, and I was kind of balancing it, being in the restaurant industry, having to walk and carry everything. I was able to balance it. It wasn't really super hard. Nothing too crazy, but it was, quite a few boxes worth of mac and cheese and stuff. And they're just like, okay, cool, here you go. Here's no bag. And I was like, oh, all right. So I was walking up, and the gentleman was very nice, came out to me. He's like, oh, they didn't give you a bag? I was like, no. He's like, well, props to you, man, for carrying all this. And I felt pretty good about myself at that point. I was like, oh, it's, nothing crazy, but it was very nice. And the next lady I was in good communication with, she actually, as I got there, I handed off to her, very super nice lady. She had left me a cash chip under one of the statues. As I went to grab it, I had seen she had left me a $20 bill. So I was fucking ecstatic. Everything else, any negative thought left my mind, of course. It had for a minute. But it definitely did at that point, and I was like, I got a fucking $20 tip. This is fucking amazing. So I was thrilled, very delighted, very joyed. Like, wow, today was a very interesting day. I'm very thrilled. As I was leaving and as I was almost done, and as I'm done, they pull me back in. When I think I'm out, I pull me back in. I'm ready to turn off the Uber order, and when I get a very good one, it's like $14 for like 30-ish minutes. So I was like, of course I got to take that. So I take that, go to one of the restaurants I frequent, and bring it over. The first one was somewhat odd. I pulled up. The house wasn't dark, but it wasn't super well lit. The gentleman was outside. I kind of waved to him. By the time I grabbed the food, turned back around, he was gone. Dropped the food down, took a picture, was kind of looking around. I was like, where in the flying fuck did this guy go? I didn't think he was able to go from his car into the house that quickly. He was like looking like to go get something, it seemed like. So he kind of just disappeared into the fucking ether, which was insane. But I just continue on my bed today, not gonna think about it too much. And then the last one was on the beach to a nice kava place. Gentleman's very nice, and I made some good money from that. So with the $20 tip, some helping out some very hungry people who were very grateful that I was able to bring them their Uber orders, and then the lady kicking my car. I feel today was actually a pretty successful and wonderful day, all things considered. Today I think I made some very good money, did 7 orders today. Handled the day overall like a champ. I was pretty happy with, of course, some things that I could work on, especially somebody being an expert, or not, I use the term expert, or I say a well-versed driver, driving hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands. It's tired. Hundreds of thousands. It's not probably like 1,000,000 miles at this point in my driving career. Should have anticipated a little bit better. And again, not like a life-threatening mistake, but something that I definitely should have prepared and circumvented that whole issue to begin with. And then fucking handling these orders, I'm pretty proud with, and getting a $20 tip for assisting and just doing my job, well. I think overall I did a pretty good job today, and I was rewarded very well for it, for just doing my job to the best of my ability, which I'm very, very thrilled, and I'm happy that I was able to help so many grateful people. And give them their food, especially later at night. So, very good day. All in all, great story. This is the kind of stuff that I live for. Stories that I'll definitely remember and tell to many people for probably years to come. Nothing but positive energy for it. And overall, very, very great Uber day. We are getting so close to 1,000. And today was one of those amazing days towards 1,000. So if you guys like this video, let me know if you guys comments or DM me or whatever platform you're listening to it on. What's your kind of odd Uber story that you have, and or super amazing Uber story like getting a $20 tip and people being super grateful and happy? Make sure you message me that or leave it in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on whatever platform you're listening to, and I'll see you all later. Peace.